Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Rustam, and I'm going to record third part of this video lecture. Actually, I'm discussing BS research report writing. So the previous two videos, part 1 and part 2, on the same topic on the same slide, in those two videos I discussed chapter 1, 2, 3 and chapter 4, and in front of me was a sample report, and I was discussing different parts of that report. So now I'm going to discuss the last part of this video lecture, and in this part I'm going to discuss chapter 5. So you are requested to listen to the previous two parts as well, so that there is a connectivity between the two or three lectures. And now I'm going to show you the chapter number 5. So chapter number 5 relates to findings and recommendation. So the topic was factors affecting BS students speaking proficiency in English. So this was our topic. So you need to listen to the previous two lectures as well. So now chapter 5, here you can see again a brief introduction of the chapter. So this chapter sums up the study, giving findings and recommendations. Research areas which have not been explored in this study are also mentioned under the heading of further research findings. So here you should write one sentence that based upon data analysis in chapter 4, the following were the findings of the study. Okay, so this is not a very advanced level of research. It is just this research is for BS 6 semester students, so they are being guided on how to do research. So see, 46% students feel hesitation in front of others, while 36% say they do not feel any shyness. Okay, so these findings have been taken from chapter number 4. Okay, majority. When you write majority, you have to give the figure. Majority, that is 83% students do not speak English publicly for the fear that their classmates will laugh at them. This is another finding. Now, fear of making mistakes and the resultant rebuke by the teacher or laughter by the fellow students is another cause of speaking non-proficiency of BS students. So 83% students, this is the finding. Okay, and majority of respondents were of the view that financial condition of the learner doesn't affect speaking proficiency. The hypothesis that students with strong financial background are good at speaking is rejected. This was one of the hypotheses. Social setup does play a role in speaking performance. 63% respondents say that students belonging to villages are linguistically impoverished than the city dwellers. Okay, and however 24% disagreed to this view. Another finding is that majority of students declared the exam as a major factor of their non-proficiency in speaking. And one more finding was that no one factor can be fixed as affecting BA students' poor speaking performance. However, the contribution of social and psychological factors is greater as compared to social factors. So this is how you can give your findings, and you can even mention that this finding is evidenced, or this is strengthened by a previous research, etc. Now second second part of fifth chapter is recommendations. So in order to reverse the situation, in order to repair the situation, or you need to recommend few measures or steps. So what should be done? As a sample, I have given a few recommendations. Based on the findings, the researcher recommends the following. Number 1, as BA students fear making mistakes in presence of others, it is recommended that Language teachers should encourage interaction between students. Even clumsy structures be rewarded with praise. The language teacher should be quite patient with the output of the learners. Students should be maximally involved in interactive activities where they may have more chances of exposure to target language. English speaking groups should be established on the campus. Websites such as BBC, CNN, TED Talks should be recommended so that students can have maximum listening input. Now, further research. Further research means that areas you didn't explore in your research are areas which were not within your scope. You left them unexplored. Now you are mentioning those areas here so that future researcher can conduct a research upon them. Now, scope of the present study is not broad one. You are going to mention, okay. So it has investigated. This study has investigated speaking inhibiting factors at a narrow canvas. That is, 30 students of one BS department were subjects of the study. Subjects mean participant. It is left to the future researcher to conduct this research at a broader level. That is, students from a district, a division, or from a province should be selected as participant. The current study has pooled the opinion of BS students only. Teachers' view should also be recorded, and this is an area left unexplored. So future researcher can investigate into this area as well. Future research can be extended to students at all levels, namely secondary, college, and university. This research was confined to investigating, inhibiting factors of BS students. So this area has been left unexplored. So future researchers should go to these areas. So at the end, you give a bibliography. So there is a difference between bibliography and references. In references, we mention only those studies which we have consulted and read for our project. But bibliography includes those books or sources, primary or secondary sources, which you have consulted, seen, gone through for your research, or even those you didn't consult but you know the names of the books, or you recommend those books or research articles to your readers. Anyhow, bibliography at BS level, you can take, you can consider them, you can treat them equally. Like you can say that they are the synonyms, they are synonymously used. But at advanced level they are different terms. So bibliography means some of the research works which you mentioned maybe in the introduction section or in the literature review section. So in literature review, you just mention the name of the author and the year of the publication of the work. That is known as short citation, and this is a detailed citation, okay, detailed reference. Like there was an author Boone Kit. So now in the in-text citation this was only mentioned, but here the complete work is mentioned, okay. Enhancing the development of speaking skills for non-native speakers non-native speakers of English, okay. So even the search journal's name is given and volume is given, pages are mentioned. So at BS level at least 10 to 15 studies should be mentioned, and there is a proper way to mention a study, okay. So we have an APA manual, American psychological or psycholinguistics manual, so we can consult it, okay. There are other manual, MLA manual, APA manual, this one. So it is American Psychological Association, and it's this document, this is known as style manual, okay. Now we also have a Modern Language Association style manual, MLA. Chicago manual is there. Engineers have got their own reference books. These are known as style manuals. In these manuals all the details are mentioned, like how to give bibliographic reference, how to give in-text citation, how to do paraphrasing, how to set title, font size. Each and everything is given in these manuals. So they are reference guides for academic writing. Academic writing mean report writing, thesis writing, dissertation writing, research paper writing. So usually it depends upon the supervisor. Some supervisor recommend MLA style, and some recommend this American Psychological Association manual, this one. I usually follow APA style. So after the bibliographic section, you have the appendix section, appendices. So here is appendix 1, a questionnaire, a blank questionnaire sample is given here. This was the questionnaire given to 30 participants. So you need to add some filled up questionnaires as well in the appendix. So this is your complete report. Let me show you the title page again. So here we go. So here you can see the title page of the report. Okay, now let me scroll down. Here is a Bismillah page, which is optional. Then dedication. Then we have acknowledgement page. Okay, declaration by the researcher that the work is original and not copied or not presented earlier on. Then the certificate of institution, in which usually 3 parties affix their signature. Okay, internal supervisor, external supervisor, and head of the department. Then you have table of contents. So after writing the report, you can give the page numbers. Okay, and this is known as preliminary section of the report. So here page number are like this. Okay, Roman numerals, and here you have to give the Arabic numerals like 1, 2, 3, etc. So chapters are mentioned in table of content. Then we have to write abstract, which is summary. So I have already given you a report writing format, so you can read the abstracts, and you have to write your abstract accordingly. Chapter 1, as you can see in front of you on the screen: introduction, background of the problem. Then we have to give statement of the problem, objectives of the study, okay, hypotheses. As I was mentioning that in last chapter, findings. So you have to talk about these findings. Okay, these objectives, whatever you write. So research questions, significance of the study, delimitations. Chapter 1 ends. Now this is chapter 2, literature view, theoretical framework, review of related literature, that is some studies mentioned here but on the same topic. And then research methodology, research design, population sample and sampling techniques. I talked about these areas in a second video. Okay, so this video lecture has got 3 parts. You are listening right now, you are listening to third part of this lecture. So chapter part 1 and part 2 should be listened to. So instrumentation, data collection, study procedure. Now here is data analysis, results and discussion. Okay, data related to psychological factors. First, data has been tabulated, then interpreted and discussed, graphically represented. Okay, and then another table, then a short discussion, a brief discussion of the data. So this is how you move on, and then you reach the final chapter, chapter number 5, findings and conclusion. Hope you have got an idea how to write a report. Basically I am recording all these videos for BS students, and few technical terms I avoid intentionally. I don't go into detail, and because this in 7th semester this subject, that is research methodology, will be taught to them. So I'm just trying to introduce them to BS research. So 4th semester student which is studying phonetics and phonology, they have also been given a project, research project. Now they have completed data analysis and they are going to write a report. So this video lecture is also helpful for them. They can read the PDF and MS Word file which is uploaded into WhatsApp group, and now they can also listen to this lecture, and this way all the different subsections of our research report will be clear to them. Thank you very much.